Am I the asshole? For trying to get my son into an event that he's not invited to? My husband's cousin Amelia is getting married and is having a bridal shower in a few weeks. I was the only one in my household invited, so I assumed there were no kids invited, which is pretty standard. However, through a few family members, I came to find out that the girls in the family were invited but not the boys. Fine, I've heard of that before. However, my two sons 9 and 7 heard that their girl cousins were invited and my 7-year-old felt very left out. My 9-year-old Jake doesn't care and doesn't want to go anyway, but my 7-year-old Andrew is upset. He cried and asked if he could go. I reached out to my husband's Aunt Liz, who is hosting the shower, to see if an exception could be made for Andrew. She was nice about it but said that the reason they hadn't invited boys was because of venue limitations, and also the theme diamonds are a girl's best friend is very feminine. She said Amelia adores my boys but many of her friends have sons and she just can't accommodate them all. She was apologetic and I ended the conversation because it was awkward. However, Andrew is still upset and I'm thinking of reaching out to Liz again to see if an exception should be made. My husband thinks I need to let it go. Am I the asshole? You're the asshole. Stop insisting. The first time was a polite conversation, but the second request is likely to be frowned upon, especially since the bride won't change her mind. This is a learning moment for your child. Explain to him that he won't always get what he wants in life, and that he won't be invited to every event. And there will be plenty of events to which he won't be invited. You're the asshole. She told you no and gave her reasons. May not agree but need to respect that. Teaching your son he can have everything he wants and gatecrash other people's events is not what a good parent does. This needs to be a lesson that he can't always get what he wants. Keep acting this way and I suspect you won't be invited either. You're the asshole. This is an excellent opportunity for your son to learn that not everything is for him, and sometimes he's not going to get whatever he wants. And that it's okay to feel upset when things are upsetting, but that isn't necessarily going to get him what he wants. He likely only wants to go because his cousins are. A 7-year-old boy is going to be bored to tears at a bridal shower. You shouldn't have even called once to see if he could come, but you were told no, so absolutely do not reach out again. Your husband is right, let it go. However, my two sons 9 and 7 heard that their girl cousins were invited and my 7-year-old felt very left out. Yes. It's a bridal shower. Traditionally, whether you agree with it or not, a bridal shower is for women and girls, not boys. Just tell him this event is for girls. He's 7, which isn't old enough to understand that. I'm thinking of reaching out to Liz again to see if an exception should be made. You absolutely should not. You were already told no. My husband thinks I need to let it go. Your husband is correct. You're the asshole. However, my two sons 9 and 7 heard that their girl cousins were invited and my 7-year-old felt very left out. So organize a play date with him and his cousins, but don't keep insisting your child is more special and an exception. You're the asshole if you insist on pushing it further. This is your second post about your boys not getting to do something. If you addressed your sons again after the not getting to hold the baby issue, you can use that experience to talk about this one. You can call back to that time, explaining how sometimes people don't get to do something. It's okay and there's time when they can. But if you skipped that learning experience, well, here's a second go around. Are you fucking kidding me? No. Not okay. You are so far out of line you have left the county. This is a teachable moment for your son that he doesn't get to go everywhere he wants and he won't be invited to everything. This is a girls only event, he doesn't belong there. You have an absolute fuck ton of nerve not taking no for an answer and harassing these people for an invite. Why aren't you doing your job and parenting instead of placating your son? If it were my event, I would have disinvited you by now. You're the asshole. You're the asshole. You don't get to pick who gets invited to someone else's party. Children need to learn they don't get anything they want, and that disappointment is part of life. You're the asshole. She said no. She told you why. Leave it. Andrew needs to learn he can't have everything he wants. The world does not revolve around him. Be a better mom and teach him. Yuta? The answer is no. That's it. Accept it. What would you be teaching your children if you don't take no for an answer? That if they don't like the answer they get, they can pester someone until they get what they want? Have your husband take the two boys somewhere fun the day at the party. I'm willing to bet that if he found out he was going to an arcade, or bowling, or a movie, mini golf, plenty of things to be done to keep them occupied that day. You're the asshole. The theme is unimportant. What is important is your lack of desire to tell your child they can't have everything they want and thinking about asking again when you've been told no. Like mother, like son, I guess. You're the asshole. You need to be a parent and explain to your son it is okay to be upset. However, you asked and you were told no boys are going and no men either. You need to learn how to say no to your child instead of enabling bad behavior and potentially created another entitled child. You're the asshole. You asked once. You have your answer. Teach your son how to deal with minor disappointment instead of bulldozing a disappointment-free path for him. You're the asshole. Your son needs to understand that nobody gets to go to every party, and your job now is not to try to protect him from disappointment but to help him learn how to accept it and move on. Sounds like that afternoon is a great opportunity for your husband to do something fun with the boys. You're the asshole. They were not invited. I would rescind your invitation too at this point. Based on your previous post about your child, this is a common thing for you. Your kids aren't special. You're the asshole. You're the asshole. You asked which was Goshen itself and been told no. Girls only event. If you want Alex to be included, you can host and pay for every single bridal shower in the family from now on. You're the asshole. Get my son into an event that he's not invited to. Me before clicking this is going to be about a wedding, isn't it? I owe myself a Coke. Based on your previous post and this one, you are the reason for the toxic and toxic boy mom. You're the asshole. Both times. Uda? You asked. They said no. Your son missing one event will not scar him and will actually teach him that he doesn't get everything he wants.